You're watching the #1 station for news and information in Southern California. Channel 7 KABC TV, Los Angeles.
In the 1980s, KABC was the ratings king, with the best on-air talent and a driving commitment to news. The eyewitness news format was invented by Al Primo back east, but Primo admitted he came in second to his sister station in Los Angeles, and he said so right here in this room.
Eyewitness News in New York was great. Eyewitness News in Los Angeles was Eyewitness News on speed. You know, it was so great here because you had the greater talent.
So put the T-33 on cassette 3.
Coming out in 7. Yeah.
Behind the scenes, it took an army of dedicated professionals to keep this energetic news machine functioning.
The live shot is dead. We're going to use the VO. She's sending it.
Get the facts, get them on the air. If it's that kind of story that people need to know about right away.
And then at 6:30, I wanted to go with the tornado stuff.
That's a good lead.
Talk about it too.
Okay, because then we're going to have to make a quick switch upstairs, but I think we can do it. 30 seconds. It's only 30.
Politics was an important part of Channel 7's ambition to be the very best, and Jerry Matthews played a major role. He was the political producer, and that put him right in the middle of some of the biggest political stories for 30 years. Today we remember Jerry not only for his producing skills, but for his outgoing personality, his kindness, and his many friendships. Jerry was born in St. Louis in 1944. At the age of 10, his family moved to Northridge, and he attended Grover Cleveland High School in Reseda. Jerry went on to San Fernando Valley State College, later renamed Cal State Northridge. He was a founding member of the Cal Zeta fraternity. He majored in communications. Here he is in a campus radio station that he helped to start and operate. It eventually grew into today's FM station, KCSN. But Jerry had a second love, music. And in 1964, it looked like he might make it into the big time.
I'm able to join you, and this is the way it breaks down for this particular week. I hope we can get together along the way. Right now, here are the Nomads.
A band called the Nomads made a big splash with their unique version of San Francisco Bay Blues. Take a look at the cute young man on the right. 20-year-old Jerry Matthews was a singer and guitar player for the group. But their promising career was suddenly cut short by the arrival of those 4 lads from Liverpool, and the Nomads became one-hit wonders. After graduating from college, Jerry worked at NBC in Burbank as a page and after that in the newsroom. Then he landed a job as a reporter at the NBC station in Honolulu. It was the perfect lifestyle for Jerry. He could surf in the morning, then report or anchor the news in the afternoon and evening. After 2 years, it was back to Los Angeles in the early 1970s. Jerry produced the 10 p.m. news at KTTV for the legendary George Putnam, along with fellow producer Bob Tarlow. He had 2 tours of duty at KTLA, including the 10 p.m. producer for another news legend, Hal Fishman. Jerry was hired at KTLA by news director Lou Rothbart. They knew each other from their college days operating the campus radio station. Lou remembers Jerry as having boundless energy and good insights, and he always worked to get the best out of people. As Lou put it, an all-around great guy. In 1977, Jerry joined the Eyewitness News team as a writer and was soon promoted to special projects producer. It was well before the age of newsroom computers. The sound of electric typewriters filled the air. National and local wire copy arrived on noisy teletype machines at a snail's pace.
Manure giveaway. Oh, wow. Here's some shitty news.
The crew assignments were written on the wall with grease pencils, and so were the show rundowns behind the producers' desks. Along with his other assignments over the years, Jerry was a show producer. Sitting on the desk were some of the vital tools of the trade to make changes in the lineup when there was breaking news. Here's a rare video of Jerry in the yellow shirt at a company party in 1983 for the departing Dennis Swanson, our station manager and former news director. With his easygoing manner and friendly nature, Jerry fit right in with this diverse cast of characters. Jerry's teammate, reporter Mark Coogan, described the newsroom experience this way.
I've developed a great team feeling for this place now. It's great for us and the hell with everybody else. And I like the people that work here. There's a wild, insane collection of personalities at this place. I enjoy that.
In 1979, Jerry was the producer for Richard Nixon's first live television interview since his resignation 5 years earlier. He was questioned by Jerry Dunphy at the KABC TV studios. The primetime interview lasted nearly 2 hours, and it made news. Nixon's comments about Iran and the U.S. hostages were quoted in the Washington Post and the New York Times. As the political producer, Jerry worked with some of the very best reporters in the newsroom and on the road. Mark Coogan and John North both had spent time as ABC network correspondents.
Mark, it is the second and last time that George Bush and Michael Dukakis will face each other, but it has to be viewed in context.
Both men are in San Diego preparing for their face-to-face showdown, and that's where Eyewitness News reporter Mark Coogan is standing by with this live update for us.
And obviously tonight the pressure is on Senator Dole, and I think most people think they know what he's going to say, because all this week he has been contending that the administration of President Bill Clinton is an unethical administration.
That's the trouble with this White House. They don't take any of this seriously. That's the problem.
I'm going to respond to the people who are in the audience. That's the way this is designed.
I enjoy this. I have a good time 4 days out of 5, maybe 9 days out of 10. The beauty of it is that everything you see and read about, I go to.
The work goes on, the cause endures, the hope still lives, and the dream shall never die.
Out-of-town political campaigns and conventions often sent Jerry and his team packing. Here they are at the 1988 Democratic National Convention in Atlanta. It was demanding work. They set up temporary editing facilities and often put in long hours gathering news and feeding it back to the station with a never-ending schedule of live reports. And Jerry made it all happen.
We must never surrender! Keep hope alive!
Photographer Tim Danson recalls traveling to the nation's capital with Jerry for the inauguration of Ronald Reagan in 1981. Tim says Jerry was a great producer who listened to his crew. Jerry and Mark Coogan went to New Hampshire for the 1984 Democratic primary. Photographer Dave Putnam was on that trip. He says Jerry was a great producer when it came to covering politics, and he adds KABC was lucky to have him. In 1984, the highly respected reporter Warren Olney was working for Eyewitness News. He was part of Jerry's team at the GOP convention in Dallas. Warren remembers Jerry as being kind, generous, and sharp-witted, with a disarming sense of humor.
She may not look it, but the president's daughter is angry over the treatment of women's issues in this year's Republican platform.
I don't think it's in the best interest of the party. I don't think it's in the best interest of the president.
She tells her father, the president, run on your record, ignore the platform. From the Anatole Hotel, Warren Olney, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Jerry also worked with political commentator Bill Press, seen here on the right. He put his own spin on the Dallas convention.
Yesterday, California Republicans took a train to nearby Fort Worth. And Tuesday, they're flying to New Orleans to see the World's Fair. From all reports, the World's Fair isn't all that exciting, but it sure beats anything happening here.
The Reagan supporters around the country will be coming over to my campaign.
Along with the usual challenges of traveling out of town, Jerry and his crew faced some rough weather covering the Iowa caucuses in 1988 in the middle of winter. Mark Coogan says that Jerry's job on these trips was the toughest assignment in the news department, dealing with technical and logistical challenges, getting video from news partners, and meeting the pressures of tight deadlines.
God bless America.
In Philadelphia, John North, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
The 2000 Democratic Convention was much easier to cover for Jerry and his team, right here at home. Inside the LA Convention Center, it was a love fest. But then the unexpected happened outside the building.
Outside, the story has been confrontation, violence, and the response to that violence. Our John Gregory is above the scene at the Hotel Figueroa, our vantage point above the scene there.
The band gave a free concert tonight, and thousands turned out for it. It got out of hand, though, when folks started burning fires and started throwing things at police, and that's when authorities moved in and started clearing this crowd out, firing shotguns with rubber bullets at the crowd.
Jerry was our election night maestro for nearly 30 years.
Hello, thanks for joining us. This is an Eyewitness News Vote 2008 update.
California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger and his wife Maria Shriver cast their ballots this morning in Brentwood.
Jerry produced the in-studio coverage, and he mobilized a small army to process the returns and to feed in live reports from election headquarters near and far. It took an immense amount of planning, and the result was first-rate, in large part because of Jerry. In the early evening, most of the airtime was devoted to network coverage, but later in the night, our local broadcast would take over non-stop. And the ratings showed that the effort paid off. Jerry was considered to be so essential that after he retired, he was brought back several times to supervise election coverage. This was his last election night.
A transformational moment in the 232-year history of this nation. Barack Obama, an African American, has been elected President of the United States. 338 for Barack Obama, 159 for Senator John McCain. David Ono live at McCain headquarters in Phoenix, Arizona, and we begin with John North live in Chicago with supporters of Barack Obama.
Well, among Barack Obama's first words to the nation as president-elect were, "Is anyone out there who no longer believes that anything is possible?"
Jerry's work often took him beyond the world of politics. In 1981, he was on the scene of the anti-nuclear protests at the Diablo Canyon power plant. Nearly 2,000 people were arrested over a 2-week period. It was a major news event, and Mark Coogan and Warren Olney covered it for Eyewitness News. The station did not supply a satellite truck for live reports, so Jerry and his crew had to drive 25 minutes to a mountaintop relay point to feed their raw video back to the station. On January 17, 1994, the Northridge earthquake struck Southern California, collapsing freeways and claiming 57 lives. 10 days later, Jerry and Mark Coogan were in Japan, reporting on the high state of earthquake preparedness and the lessons for us back home. Jerry also produced many special reports over the years. Warren Olney and Jerry conducted investigations into drinking water, nuclear waste, and defense contracts. John North visited Scientology's hidden compound and came back with some shocking stories.
According to former Scientologist Sylvana Garantano, when she was here, this place was part slave labor camp, part insane asylum.
In 1990, Jerry was quoted in the Los Angeles Times for a very unusual reason. They wanted his comments on this outlandish series on CBS called WIOU. It was supposedly about life in a local newsroom.
Kelby, I'm curious. How does Bob Lorwin help the mayor politically?
That's a good question, Neil.
We're away to commercial.
Don't you ever do that to me again.
In his typical straightforward manner, Jerry told the Times, "There is a grain of truth in the series, but they take it several steps beyond what's real." As for the lecherous anchorman, Jerry said, "I have worked with anchors who have had a leaning in that direction, but they would never grope someone on the air." In 2002, Jerry was honored at a company dinner for 25 years of dedicated service. 4 years later, he retired at the age of 62. Looking back on his career, Jerry won an Emmy and 4 Golden Mike Awards. Along with his many special projects and political coverage, he produced more than 4,000 daily newscasts. He also taught journalism or lectured at the University of Hawaii, USC, Pepperdine, Pierce College, and the LA Community College District. Mark Coogan summed up his memories of Jerry this way: a successful and hard worker and a really good guy. And Mark believes that everyone who knew Jerry would agree.
It's gonna be